right, so a box of candy holds, I'm gonna guess that that is 10 and 1/2 and not 101 divided by 2. I'm gonna guess.
10 and 1/2.
Okay, I'm gonna rewrite it because if not, my brain is gonna hurt. So this is 10 and 1/2 pounds. How many 3/4 pound boxes of candy can you put in the bin? So we have the entire box, and I'm gonna divide it by the size of each of these little boxes, 3/4, and that's gonna tell me how many boxes fit inside the bin. Because if I take the entire thing and I divide it by these little boxes, I will know how many fit. Now, this is a lot of fractions, and I know you guys love fractions so much. They're like your best friends and you love them so much. So let's deal with them. So first of all, 10 and 1/2, that's a mixed number. We do not work with mixed numbers. They're annoying. So let's convert this. Multiply and then add. So this is going to be 21/2. So I'm going to replace this with 21/2 pounds. And at the bottom, it's 3/4. Now, we are dividing a fraction by a fraction. So when we have that, we're going to go ahead and keep, change, flip. We're going to keep the first fraction exactly the same, change the division to a multiplication, and then we're going to flip the second fraction upside down, or in other words, you're going to do the reciprocal. Now, I've always told you guys you have two options when you're multiplying fractions. You can simplify first, divide later, or you could, simplify first, multiply later, or you could multiply first, simplify later. Either way, you get the exact same answer. Personally, I like to simplify first because it means I will work with smaller numbers. So how do you simplify before you multiply? You're going to look at the numbers diagonally. 21 and 3. I know that I can divide 21 by 3, and I know I can divide 3 by 3. So if I divide this by 3, and I divide this by 3, this becomes 7, and this becomes 1. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I know that I can divide this by 2, and I can divide this by 2. So 2 divided by, oops, did not mean to erase. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 4 divided by 2 is 2. So what do we have now? Now we have 7/1 times 2/1, which equals to 14 boxes. Now again, if you wanted to, instead, you could have just done, what is this, 21 and then 4/3. You could have just done 21 times 4, which would have been 84, and you divide that by 6, and you could have done the division, and you would have still gotten 84. That's fine. I prefer to simplify first and then multiply, but if you prefer to multiply first and then simplify, that is perfectly fine. Okay? You get the same answer anyways. Any questions on these ones?
Nope.
Cool. Okay. A carpet costs $7 per square yard. How much will it cost a 16-foot and 18-foot carpet? So this is two types of problems. Can you guys tell me what kinds of problems what kind of topics are mixed in here?
Proportion.
Okay, we're gonna need a proportion, yes. And what else do we have in this problem? What else do we need to calculate in this problem?
The unit conversion?
Oh, I didn't even notice that. So there's 3 parts. So yes, we have a unit conversion. I didn't even notice the unit conversion, but yes, we have a unit conversion because they mentioned feet here and they mention yards here, but it's not just yards, is it? It's square yards. And whenever we have units squared, it means we're working with what?
Area.
Yes. So we got three things going on here. First, we got a unit conversion. Second, we got area. And third, we need a proportion. So let's take care of the unit conversion first. Here we have 16 feet and we have 18 feet, and we want to convert them to yards. So we're going from a small unit to a big unit. So should I multiply or should I divide?
Divide.
Yes, we're going to divide. And how many feet are in 1 yard?
16 feet.
Mm,
Is it 3?
Yes, there's 3 feet in 1 yard. So that means that I'm going to divide this by 3. And I'm not going to lie to you guys, that's a nasty decimal. So I'm going to tell you to just leave it as a fraction. And then we're going to do 18 divided by 3. That's a pretty one. That's just going to be 6 yards. All good there.
She's like, oh, this one is easy, but this one you better leave
Yeah,
it.
I'm going to tell you right now, one of them is cute and the other one ain't. That's all I'm going to say. So we did the unit conversion, done. The second step is we need to calculate the area. How do I know I need to calculate area? Because they mentioned square yards. Square anything, squared feet, square centimeters, square inches. Any unit to the second power means you are working with area. So since we have the measurements for the length and the width, we're going to calculate the area, which means the area is going to equal to 16 over 3 times 6. Whenever you have a whole number times a fraction, you just multiply the top times the whole number. So 16 times 6 would be 6, carry the 3, that would be 96 divided by 3. So 96 divided by 3 is 32, I think. Double check, but I think it's 32.
Yes.
Yeah. So this is 32 squared yards. That is the area. That was step 2. So now step 3 is the proportion. Step 3 is it costs $7 for 1 squared yard. And we have a total of 32 squared yards. So we need to figure out how much money that's going to cost. We cross multiply and divide. And the amount of money that it will cost will be 32 times 7 divided by 1. Doesn't change anything. 14, carry the 1, 22. So it's going to cost you $224.
I like to ask how you figure out the 16 divided by 3 times 6? How you did that? How you know that?
Wait, what? Wait, what? Ask the question again?
Where did you get the 16 divided by 3 times 6? Step 2.
Oh, because here it's square yards. So I know I need to do area. And it's a carpet. So I'm assuming it's a rectangular carpet because they only give me a length and a width. So length times width would be the first measurement times the second measurement.
Okay, I see.
Anything else in this question before I go to the next one? No? Okay. You need 4 sections of wood. Oh, what is up with you guys and like wood cutting problems? You need 4 sections of wood. Each one is 3 feet and 8 inches long. If the board is only sold by the foot, what is the shortest length of board you can buy? I don't know, man. This is why I don't go to Home Depot, because these types of questions frustrate me. Okay. We need 4 sections, and each one is 3 feet and 8 inches. But it's only sold by the foot. So that tells me I need to convert this to just feet, just like in that first problem. So we got 3 feet and 8 inches. We need to make this feet. So since we're going from inches, a small unit, to feet, a big unit, are we going to multiply or divide?
Multiply.
Divide.
We're going to divide. Remember, if you're going
Divide.
from a small unit to a big unit, you divide. If you go from a
Yes.
big unit to a small unit, you
multiply.
multiply. I'm gonna show you something.
Mhm.
It's gonna seem really stupid, but let me tell you something. I learned it in 5th grade, and to this day, I still do it. So if you use your little fingers, if you going from a big unit to a small unit, you multiply. And if you're going from a small unit to a big unit, you divide. Like the little fingers make a division sign. So anyways,
Mhm.
sounds stupid, but let me tell you, I still do it to this day. So 8 divided by 12. Is that gonna give me a nasty decimal? No, it's not. It's a pretty decimal. So that's gonna be 8 divided by 12. That's the same thing as 2/3. Oh no, that's a nasty decimal. Don't turn that to a decimal. That's feet. So this is gonna be 3 2/3 feet. Are we okay up to that point with the unit conversion? Yes.
Yes.
And again, I'm leaving
I
it as
have
a
a
fraction.
question.
Yeah.
Why can't you just divide both top and bottom by 2?
You could, but then you're gonna have 4/6, and then you can divide 4/6 again. You can divide both of them by 2.
Yeah, same thing. I didn't think about it like that.
That's okay. So, okay, so this is the total piece that we have. 3 2/3. And again, mixed numbers are not friendly, so let's change that into an improper fraction. So that's going to become 9 plus 2. That's going to be 11/3 feet. That is how much each section has to be.
Why did you divide the 12 by 8 for the inches per feet?
Why did I divide 12 by 8? No, I divided 8 by 12.
Okay.
Okay. So now we have the sections in just feet. Now we need a total of 4 sections. So I'm going to take that 11/3 and I'm going to multiply that by 4. And that's going to give me what? 44/3. Ugh, that's going to be a nasty decimal. So let's just turn that into a mixed number because we need to know what is the smallest full piece we can buy. So we're going to buy a piece that is going to be just a little bit longer than what we actually need. We're going to have some left over, but oh well. So 44 divided by 3. And this is going to be 4, so that'll be 12. So this is going to equal to 14 2/3 feet. So if you buy the 14-foot one, you're not going to have enough because you need 14 2/3. So if you buy a piece that is 14, you're not going to have enough for your sections. So the smallest one that you can buy would actually be 15 feet because it's if you're rounding up from 14 2/3, you just round up to the next whole number and that would be 15. You're going to have a little bit left over, but it's the smallest piece you can buy because if you buy smaller than that, you're not going to have enough. Does that make sense as to why it's 15 and not 14? I'm going to take that as a yes.
Yeah.
Okay.